morning, everyone. It's Adam Small and Small's Heli Hut. Welcome back. It's June 16th, 2026. I'm just going to do a little product review. I just received for my OMPHOBBY M2 V3 Pro. I'm going to try these Azure 195 main rotor blades, and these are the PPA carbon fiber. They make a higher end one, which is actually carbon fiber. But I'm going to give these a shot, and then also I might as well get this Azure tail blades for my M2. And these blades I think are capable of going on the new Stratos, XL Power Stratos, and the Guski S2 Ultra, probably the S2. Anyways, I'm going to weigh these, compare them to the original factory blades, and then I'll do some test flying, and I'll have a quick video on that.
Okay, yeah, so these are the Azure AZ-195s, the PPA carbon fiber. This is what they look like when they come in the package. And I already took out a set. You get one set per package. And here they are in all their glory. They're advertised as 195. So let's do a quick comparison side by side. It looks like they are approximately 5 millimeters longer than the Apex 190s. The Apex 190s are the blades that come with the Pro, the M2 Pro. And you can also kind of look at the difference in shape. Looks like the Azures are more like a thick paddle at the tips with a swept tip. And you can see the cord of the Azures is wider. The cord's wider than the Apex 190s. All right, so let's look at the weights. Here's my scale here. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on so it's zeroed out. I'm going to weigh the factory Apex 190s first, and it looks like that's 21 grams. And for the Azure 195 PPA carbon, I'll put it in the exact same spot, 23 grams. So the Azure 195s are about 2 grams heavier, but that makes sense because it does have a wider cord in the tip, and the length of the main rotor blades is 5 millimeters longer. So the Azure tail blades I received, they're AZ-45 type 111045. These are the PPA carbon fiber. And I did open up this package. Each package comes with 2 sets of tail blades, which is super cool. And then it comes with several screws and washers. In the package here, it looks like there's 2 blade screws that I need, and then probably 2 washers for each screw. And then it comes with this little plastic insert, and we're just gonna stick that in that recessed area in the main hub of the tail rotor. So let's compare the weight of the stock Pro tail rotor blades, the Apex 45s. I do have the screws in there because the screws for the Azure tail blades are different, just so we get a good comparison. That's saying 1 gram. And here are the Azure tail blades, and I have the screws, the washers, and the insert installed on the back side, and that's saying 1 gram as well, possibly 2 grams. So we're looking at, if you go Azure main rotor blades and tail blades, you're adding about 2 to 3 grams on your model. Okay, we're at my neighborhood park here. It's just across the street here in the beautiful Denver area, and it's just a short drive from my house, but well worth it. It's about 95 degrees and super windy, and we're going to test out these Azure 195, the carbon PPA. So I'm just going to do some hard rudder stops. Left rudder pretty much feels the same. as the stock Pro tail blades. All right, let's do some right rudder. The right rudder seems a little bit crisper with the stops. Still a little soft with full right rudder. Okay, we'll do some 4-point flips. The blades are a little louder, which I kind of like, and they don't feel spongy. Not to say that the stock blades are bad, they're fantastic. These just feel a little stiffer. I'm doing some full collective punch outs, and the tail's holding. Let's do full collective backwards loops. There's a big wing gust. So I'm going full collective on there. And now I'm going to do an inverted punch out. I'm bogging this motor, and the tail is not blowing out. Not that the old blades blew out. Feels like kind of a if you're on a trampoline, it just feels like this trampoline's a little tighter with these blades. Now I'm practicing hard stop rainbows. Let's try some roll. And it's holding pretty good. The stops are just a little bit more crisp. I like it. We'll do some 4-point rolls. There's a big wing gust. All right, let me try a little hurricane action here. It's tracking pretty good. Let's tighten it up. Well, I like these blades. I think they're a winner. All right, it's got my low fuel alert. So we're gonna go ahead and land this thing. Little mini auto. There we go. All right, I'm giving these blades a thumbs up. I'm gonna keep them. Flight time is about the same as the stock Pro blades. All right, over and out. See you guys. Okay, we'll test some backwards tail first. Inverted hurricanes. Boy, these things are fun. Alright, let's do some backwards hurricanes. Still super windy. Alright, we'll do the outside loop here. Alright, let's see how this thing gyro flips with these new blades. Let me get a little closer. It feels about the same. Boy, I'm liking how snappy these blades are.